For thousands of years, humanity has fought over one thing: power. The forms have changed: gold, land, oil, but the desire has always been the same: control. In the beginning, empires rose not through ideas, but through territory. Kings measured their greatness in miles of conquered earth. Egypt built monuments that kissed the sky. Rome built roads that tied the world together. And empires from Persia to Britain turned the map into a chessboard of human ambition. Power was simple. Whoever owned the land owned the people. Whoever owned the gold ruled the land. And whoever could control the trade shaped civilization itself. But the world began to shift. With each century, humanity found a new form of wealth and a new battlefield. When the Industrial Revolution roared, it wasn't kings who ruled the earth anymore. It was machines. Coal, steam, and steel replaced swords and spears. Then came oil, black gold, the liquid fire that powered the 20th century. From the deserts of the Middle East to the refineries of America, oil became the heartbeat of empires. Wars were fought for it. Nations rose and fell because of it. Oil created billionaires, corporations, and global superpowers. But as the world was busy fighting for barrels and pipelines, a silent revolution was beginning, one that no army could stop. The invention of the computer was not just a technological leap, it was a shift in human destiny. Bits and bytes began replacing bricks and borders, and in the quiet hum of early servers, a new empire was being born. One without armies, without flags, but with unimaginable reach. Then came the internet. What started as a network for scientists became a network for humanity. In a few short decades, it connected billions of minds, erased distances, and changed the meaning of power forever. Because now, the new gold was not buried under the earth. It was buried inside our lives. In the clicks, the photos, the words, the searches. Data became the most valuable resource on earth. Every like, every purchase, every second we spend online became currency. And like all currencies, someone had to control it. The age of data empires had begun. At first, it looked innocent. Search engines promised knowledge. Social networks promised connection. Smartphones promised convenience. But behind the glow of our screens, the greatest trade in human history had begun. A trade of privacy for pleasure, of freedom for comfort. Every time you searched, someone learned. Every time you scrolled, someone watched. Every time you clicked, someone earned. We became the product, and the world didn't even notice. In the 19th century, companies fought for oil fields. In the 21st century, they fight for data fields. And this war is bigger than anything before. Because while oil runs engines, data runs minds. Oil powers machines, data powers societies. Oil can run out. Data never stops growing. The new empires have names we all know: Google, Apple, Amazon, Facebook, Microsoft, and now the great digital dragon, China. Each one builds its own kingdom: search, shopping, communication, AI, and each one fights for the same crown, who controls the flow of information. In the old world, empires built walls. In the new world, they build algorithms. Borders are replaced by firewalls. Soldiers replaced by servers. And instead of invading countries, they invade attention spans. The battlefield is invisible. The weapon is data. And every single human is both the soldier and the prize. Think about it. Every photo, every message, every purchase, every heartbeat tracked by your watch feeds an empire somewhere in the cloud. They know your fears, your habits, your weaknesses, even before you do. The greatest spy network in history doesn't need agents, it needs users, and there are 8 billion of them. But as Western tech giants built their digital kingdoms, another power was rising quietly, one that studied, adapted, and learned from them: China. While America created the internet, China created the Great Firewall. While the West preached freedom, China practiced control. And as American companies chased profits, China chased power. Today, it's not just a country, it's a digital civilization. It owns platforms, payments, surveillance systems, and a billion-person data machine that powers its every decision. The great data war is not about weapons. It's about who controls the narrative, who shapes what we see, what we believe, what we buy, and who we trust. The fight is no longer over land or oil. It's over truth itself. America built the tools. China built the discipline. And both now race to rule the next frontier: artificial intelligence. AI is the crown jewel of the data empire. It's the mind that feeds on all the information we've ever created. It can predict behavior, manipulate opinions, design policies, and decide fates. In the hands of a government, it can control citizens. In the hands of corporations, it can control consumers. And in the hands of no one, it can control itself. Every empire before this had a limit: soldiers, land, gold, oil. But the empire of data has no walls, no end, and no mercy. It grows every second. Through cameras, microphones, sensors, apps, satellites. It watches, it learns, it remembers everything. History is repeating itself, just with new tools. Once kings built castles to protect gold. Now, corporations build servers to protect data. Once spies carried briefcases. Now they carry smartphones. And once wars destroyed cities, now they rewrite realities. But here's the question. In this new empire, who truly rules? The companies that collect data? The governments that demand it? Or the algorithms that no longer need permission to think? We call it innovation. But maybe it's evolution, the next step in how power organizes itself. From the muscle to the machine, from the machine to the mind. Every click you make adds a brick to someone's empire. Every search you type builds someone's kingdom. And every second online, you feed a war that never sleeps. This is not the future. This is the present. Governments weaponize social media to sway elections. Corporations use predictive models to control markets. Artificial intelligence writes, speaks, paints, and even dreams, while the human race stands between fascination and fear. The great data war is not being fought in deserts or oceans. It's being fought in the invisible world of information, in the cables under the sea, the satellites above the clouds, and the servers that never rest. It's a war where the winners don't raise flags, they raise firewalls. They don't conquer land, they conquer attention. They don't enslave bodies, they enslave minds. The battlefield is everywhere, and everyone is fighting whether they know it or not. Right now, nations are building digital armies. Hackers are the new commandos. Disinformation is the new bomb. And code is the new gunpowder. A tweet can crash a market. A leak can topple a government. A virus can bring a nation to its knees. And all it takes is data. The New World Order is not divided by borders, it's divided by bandwidth. The rich have data. The poor are the data. The powerful own the code. The powerless provide it. And in this strange new empire, even silence is information. So what happens next? As AI evolves, the line between human and machine blurs. We teach it how to think, and it teaches us how to obey. We feed it our lives, and it gives us comfort in return. But comfort is the oldest trap in history. Empires don't always conquer by force. Sometimes they conquer by convenience. We don't need chains anymore. We have screens. We don't need prisons. We have platforms. We don't need to be forced. We simply choose to stay connected. And that's the brilliance of the new empire. It doesn't demand loyalty. It designs it. But amid all this, there is still hope. Because every empire in history has fallen, not by power, but by awakening. When people realize they've been ruled, they begin to resist. And when they resist, the tide of history changes. The Great Data War is not just about machines, it's about meaning. It's not just about control, it's about consciousness. If the past was ruled by kings and generals, the future will be ruled by those who understand truth. Data is not destiny, it's a mirror. It reflects who we are, what we fear, what we dream. And maybe, if we can see ourselves clearly enough in that mirror, we can reclaim the one thing no empire should ever own, our humanity. The old empires crumbled when people realized they were more than subjects. This empire will crumble when we realize we are more than data. Because in the end, the true power was never in gold, oil, or information. It has always been in awareness. And when awareness spreads faster than algorithms, when truth becomes louder than propaganda, and when humanity learns to rise above its own creations, that will be the dawn after the data war. Until then, the servers hum, the screens glow, and the empire of data grows in silence. But history is watching, and so are we.